It is time now for all things current in California politics, and we welcome Rich Ehisen, editor-in-chief of Capital Weekly. Rich, good to have you here this morning. So much going on in Los Angeles. We have a lot of ingredients in the stew. We have protesters, we have LAPD, we have the National Guard. I'm told there are also anarchists embedded in the protesters just because that's what they do. The courts are going to be looking at all of this. But what's your take on what's going on in Los Angeles?
Well, I mean, there is an awful lot that's going on in LA right now. And I think what we're really seeing as much as anything is, obviously this is a pushback against ICE raids. And, the immigrant communities feel like they're being targeted, which they clearly are. And we are now seeing, this is something, my understanding is that this is something that the Trump people feel that they campaigned on and that they need to follow up on. And so they're making this big push.
The recent stuff from Track, which Track is the name of the pollsters here, they are finding, and they're nonpartisan, they're rigorously sourced, I'm told, they're finding that up to 50% of the immigrants being detained now by ICE have no criminal issues at all. Wall Street Journal says that the president is ramping up on these detainees because that's what he promised during running for president, is that I'm going to deport millions. Yeah. Is this what's your take on that?
Well, yeah, like I say, I mean, it was a campaign promise, and he's feeling the pressure, I think, of the polls, because all of the legitimate polls that we're seeing show he's completely underwater. I mean, his disapproval rating as of this morning was about 54%, approval only about 38%. That's historically low for a president only a few months into his term. So I think there's definitely a lot of pressure coming from the administration to live up to some of these promises. Now, there's a real problem here, though, because federalizing the National Guard, by law, the president cannot use active duty military. This is a law that's been around since the Civil War, unless the president invokes the Insurrection Act. Now, interestingly enough, he has not done that yet. There's probably some very good legal reasons for him to have not done that. He has instead invoked Title X, which does allow him to federalize the National Guard. That's what these legal cases are about, is whether, because even using Title X, you still have to work and get not necessarily the approval, but the endorsement of the governors of the states, that because they are ultimately the ones who are in charge of the National Guard until the president invokes whatever needs to be done to federalize them. So that's what the courts are going to be deciding very, very soon.
How do you think the governor has handled all this? He is now really coming out strongly against Trump, and he's getting a lot of backing from California, Democrats especially. Some are like, where you been?
Yeah. There's definitely some of where you've been. The folks that I have talked to about this feel like the governor actually has a pretty good relationship with President Trump. A lot of it is back channel. They both have an image to uphold, but in terms of the classic political back channel, they actually get along fairly well and can have substantive conversations without the cameras. That being said, I think it's very clear that Gavin Newsom also sees this as an opportunity, maybe to reclaim some of the base that he lost with his podcast. Also, if he is looking for a campaign issue to run on of his own, which we still don't know that that's 100% true. This is certainly one that makes him appeal to a lot of people.
Okay, Rich Ehisen, editor-in-chief of Capital Weekly publication. Rich, good to have you here this morning. Appreciate you.